Have you ever looked into your dog's eyes and wondered, what are they thinking? A slight tilt of the head when you speak, a gentle gaze when you're feeling down, a random, curious action, and then you realize they understand you more than you think. I used to believe dogs acted on pure instinct, until one day, my little dog quietly placed my slipper by the door, just as I was frantically searching for it. I didn't give a command. I didn't say a word. Somehow, he just knew. Science has proven that some dogs possess remarkable intelligence and emotional sensitivity, so much so that many people call them silent geniuses. And in this video, you'll discover 14 signs that your beloved pup might be a hidden four-legged genius without you even knowing it. Oh, and if you love dogs and always want to understand them better, this is the channel for you. Each week, I share heartfelt, thoughtful insights into how dogs experience the world. If that resonates with you, go ahead and hit subscribe. Let's walk together on this journey of loving and understanding our dogs the right way. There are moments that simply can't be explained. Your dog doesn't bark, jump, or run around. They just quietly come closer, lie beside you, rest their head on your leg, and breathe softly. You didn't cry, didn't complain, didn't say a word, but they knew something wasn't right. That's not a reflex. That's a heart that feels your heartbeat. A smart dog doesn't just understand your voice. They feel what you don't say out loud. When a dog can sense your true emotions, through your eyes, your breath, your posture, even your scent, and responds with calm, gentle presence, you realize the bond between you goes beyond words. Someone once said, when the world turns its back on you, a dog is the one who walks toward you, without needing to know why. If you've ever seen that, your dog is showing you their emotional genius. But your dog's intelligence isn't limited to empathy. Have you ever seen them solve a problem on their own, without your help? That little figure fumbling at the cabinet, trying to reach a toy stuck under it. A look, a nudge, and then using the rug as a lever to push the ball out. No training, no instructions. But they think, try, and succeed. That's strategic thinking. Independent problem solving. A never-give-up mindset. That independence becomes even clearer when your dog doesn't just sense your pain, but actively tries to heal it. One day, you come home drained from a long meeting, your eyes heavy, letting out a quiet sigh. You don't even notice it, but your dog does. No barking, no fuss, just a gentle touch of their nose to your hand, a soft lick, a warm presence. That's not a reaction. That's a conscious decision to make you feel better. A smart dog doesn't just know you're sad. They know the exact way to soothe you without making things heavier. And to me, that's more than intelligence. That's a mature soul. And then you begin to notice. They understand you in a deeply personal way. You stretch and get ready to go out without saying a word. And they head to the door. You bend down to tie your shoes. They fetch the leash. You haven't even grabbed your jacket or said, let's go. But they know. Ah, we're going for a walk. Some days, you forget the time. But your dog doesn't. Because to them, your every movement is a familiar song they've memorized. And with just one note, they already know what's coming next. They don't need a clock. They don't need reminders. They just need you, and the habits you unconsciously repeat, to build an astonishingly accurate model of your world. That's not robotic memory. That's observation, analysis, and prediction. And if your dog does that daily, you're not just living with a dog. You're living with a friend who watches you and understands every breath you take. True intelligence is also adaptability. One day, children come over and your dog suddenly becomes incredibly gentle. Slower steps, no jumping, eyes softer than usual. But on a walk, encountering a strange dog, they become alert and keep their distance. Back home, they hear a strange noise and bark immediately. Each situation, a different response. No one taught them that. They just know when to be calm, when to be firm. And that shows incredible social intelligence. A dog who knows when to be quiet, when to be cautious, when to be kind, is a creature that reads the room. And if your dog adjusts their behavior based on the setting, be proud. You're living with a soul full of sensitivity. And do you remember that walk? The usual path was blocked, and while you were still hesitating, your dog turned to a quieter, emptier route, the same one you were just thinking of. No hesitation, no cue from you. They chose the better path, because they remembered, analyzed, and chose. That's natural orientation, guided by a flexible mind. Some say dogs just follow scent, but not every dog dares to choose a new path. Only those brave enough to think and act independently, to protect, support, and accompany you, do that. And when you see it, know this: you're raising a genius. Not because they followed instructions, but because they chose wisely, without being told. But the magic doesn't stop there. There's something many people miss. Your dog may remember every nook and cranny of your home, every object you once tucked away, even after you've forgotten. One day you casually mention the ball you used to play with weeks ago, and a few minutes later, your dog leads you to the exact chair, the one it's been stuck under all this time. No reminder, no scent, no repetition, but they remembered. Not through willpower, but through a vivid emotional and visual map engraved in their mind. That memory isn't just a sign of intelligence, it's proof they care about what makes you happy. Those tiny moments, seemingly forgotten, are kept safe in their heart, waiting for the right moment to bring you a smile. And have you ever spoken to your dog in two languages? One day you say sit, another day you say ngoy, and they still understand. No confusion, no hesitation. They just know those words mean the same. Some dogs don't just recognize words, they grasp meaning through tone, energy, even your eyes. And amazingly, some dogs can learn to distinguish between entire language systems, like two separate codes. That's not random. That's abstract cognitive processing, something not every dog can do. And if your dog reacts accurately to multiple languages, you're witnessing something extraordinary blooming in their brain. But perhaps what surprises you most isn't their brain, but their heart. One day you see your dog curled up next to a crying child, not barking, not trying to play like usual, just quiet, observing, waiting. That's restraint, a subtle display of self-control, something even many adults struggle with. A dog that knows how to tone down their energy to avoid hurting someone is a soul that knows patience and respect. And in that moment, you realize intelligence isn't just knowing what to do, it's knowing when to hold back for someone else. And in those more private moments, when you just start to think about doing something, your dog is already reacting. You glance around for your coat, and they run to get the leash. You glance at the balcony, and they're already preparing. Not because you commanded them, but because they observed and predicted better than you did. That's initiative. The ability to act without waiting, like a friend who understands you completely. Have you ever seen your dog do something for you, before you even knew you needed it? If yes, then know this: you are not alone. Your dog is taking care of you in ways only the most sensitive souls know how. And all of this, wrapped in a soft gaze, quiet steps, the way they rest their head on your lap at the exact moment you feel your world trembling. That is empathy, wordless, explanation-free, untaught. Your dog doesn't comfort with logic. They don't cheer you up with speeches. They just stay, gently, silently, just enough to remind you you're not alone. And that is true genius. A genius without diplomas, without language. A genius that knows how to love, at the right time, in the right way, in the right place, right? So if you saw a glimpse of your dog in any of these signs, smile. Because you're not just living with a dog, you're sharing your life with a soul who listens, who loves, and who walks beside you. And if you want to keep exploring the inner world of these four-legged geniuses, I'm here every week, sharing stories just like this. Hit subscribe if something in this video made you pause for a second. Because who knows, next week, your dog might surprise you all over again.